Hello Stampers, and thank you so much for joining me today. This is Laura Buechler of Inky Fingers Papercrafting, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Nanaimo, BC. Today I'm going to be playing with my Aqua Painters and my white craft ink. Now Aqua Painters are one of those tools that I put off buying for a long time because I wasn't actually sure what to use them for. So this summer I decided to do some Googling and learn some techniques, and whitewashing is one of the first techniques I found and wanted to try. And then wouldn't you know it, I got to try it out at a demonstrator meeting, and right away I knew I wanted to do a video on it and show you all how to do it too. So I'm going to be using an Aqua Painter. These come in a set of two, and the white craft ink and the Mossy Meadow ink, both of these ink refills. And I've already embossed my cardstock using the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. Now, since I've shown you embossing on the last two videos, I'm not going to show it to you again today, but you can go check those videos out if you want. So the measurements for this card, I've got a black card base that measures 5.5 by 8.5 inches. Then I've got a layer of Mossy Meadow cardstock, and this measures 4 by 5.25 inches. And then I've got Smoky Slate cardstock, and this measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 inch. And this is where I've done the heat embossing with the copper embossing powder. And the tools that I'm using are the Aqua Painter, as I mentioned, the White Craft ink and Mossy Meadow ink refill, Petal Pink ink pad and sponge dauber, the Frost White shimmer paint, the Take Your Pick tool with the stylus end, and a couple of acrylic blocks. So let me show you how this technique works. So we're going to use an acrylic block as a palette and put a few drops of the ink right onto the block. Now the Aqua Painter, I've already filled it up with water, so I'm just going to give it a gentle squeeze to move the water from the handle onto the brush, and then use that wet brush tip to pick up some of the white ink. And now I'm going to paint right onto my flower. Because I've just picked up this ink, I know that the brush is very saturated with white ink right now. So I'm going to start in the center of the flower. I want that to have the most intense white color, and then out towards the outside I want it to be a little bit paler. So we'll see if we can actually make that happen. I'm pretty new to this technique, but we'll give it a try. Now as you're coloring, if you feel that it's too pale, you can pick up more ink and add it. And similarly, if you feel like the color is too intense, you can just squeeze the handle and add some water to where you're painting to dilute it and lighten it up. So now I'm finished all the white, and I'm ready to move on to coloring the leaves, which I'm going to do with Mossy Meadow. Now I can go to the sink and run this under the sink to clean the brush tip, or I can use a piece of tissue or paper towel and just squeeze the handle and use the water that's already inside the Aqua Painter to clean the brush. Now it's got clear water again. So I'm going to do the same thing. Just take my Mossy Meadow ink refill and squeeze a few drops onto the block. All right, so as I was coloring the leaves, a little bit of green ink leaked onto my magnolia petal here. So I'm going to use a cotton swab to try and soak that up. And then I'm just going to paint right over it again with my white ink again. All right, now I'm going to add a little bit of pink to the center of these flowers, but I have to make sure, absolutely sure, that all of the ink that I've just added here is dry first. So I'm going to let it sit for a while, or I might even use my heat tool to speed up that process. All right, so now that the ink is totally dry here, I'm going to use my Petal Pink ink and my Petal Pink sponge dauber to add some color to the center of the flowers. Just seems to make them come alive a little bit more. And now I'm going to use this Frost White Shimmer paint, as well as the Take Your Pick tool with the stylus end, and I'm going to add some little white bubbles here, right in the center of the magnolias. Now, doesn't that look terrific? Now I want to let that dry for another couple minutes before I assemble the card. I've also embossed this sentiment, which I'm going to put right in the middle. And while we wait for that to dry, I'm going to show you a couple other projects. This project I did at a demonstrator meeting with my friend Carolyn, and it's really, really similar. You can see it uses all the same tools, but just on a red background. And you can see that's how easy it is for you to turn this beautiful magnolia into a Helleborus rose or Christmas rose. Now, you might not have thought of using the magnolia from the annual catalog to turn it into a holiday project, but it's really easy to do. And there's lots of other products that you can do the same thing with. So I also did a couple other card fronts here. The only difference is that this one uses the silver embossing powder and this one uses the gold embossing powder. So that's the same thing that I did here with the copper embossing powder. So just a couple of different options there, and they all look pretty amazing. Just gives you a few different options. Now, if you're excited about Christmas the way I am, I want to let you know that I'm hosting a Christmas Cardmaking Mega-Class in Nanaimo on November 16th. And today is actually the last day to get the early bird discount. I've rented a beautiful, accessible venue for us to enjoy a full day of fun crafting together. And I'll also be providing a hot lunch midday, so we have the energy for all that crafting. And these cards are some of the projects that we'll be making together at that class. So you'll get to play with lots of different products. and learn some new techniques and just play around with everything. And you're going to get to go home with 12 beautiful cards that you made yourself that you get to give to family and friends. So it's a fantastic way to kick off your holiday crafting. You can register for that class at inkyfingers.ca, and please do it soon because, as I said, this is your last chance for that early bird discount. And as of tomorrow, the price is going up. All right, so these little shimmer paint dots are dry now, so I'm going to go ahead and assemble the card. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please drop me a comment below and let me know what you think. And if there's something specific that you'd like to learn about, please let me know. Remember that you can purchase all the products shown on my website, inkyfingers.ca, and you'll also find more project tutorials, current promotional details and catalogs, the local workshop schedule, and the sign up for my monthly email newsletter. If you're watching this on YouTube, I want to let you know that I have a Facebook page under Inky Fingers Papercrafting where you can join a weekly card sketch challenge and win a prize from me. Now, if you do place an order, remember to use the current Hostess code, which you can find on my website, because everyone who uses that code is going to get a free gift from me. And if you'd like to earn your own Hostess rewards, all you need to do is place an order of over $200 or contact me and we'll start planning your own online or in-home party. Drop me a line for more details. And don't forget to sign up for that mega class. The early bird discount ends today. You can go to inkyfingers.ca to register. Have a great day, everyone, and happy stampin'. Bye.